I went to England a few years ago, and one thing I had to do was go to Stonehenge. Naturally, when you're looking at these mysterious rock formations, you get hungry. So luckily, there was this little food shack right at the entrance of where you go to see the stones. And so I went to see what they had, and not too much, but just enough. And I saw a thing called the sausage roll. I got the last one, and goodness gracious, it was good. It's basically sausage in puff pastry. So simple. So I packed this little delicacy away up here. I make it a lot for family get-togethers. It's so easy and feeds a lot of people, and it's very satisfying because it's just hearty. Plus, I just finished The Crown and I feel like I want to go back to England. So let our taste buds take us away and let's get started. Here are all of my ingredients. I just have some sweet Italian sausage here, egg for an egg wash. Oh no, I dipped myself in the egg. Some Dijon mustard and some cheese. I just shredded up some Swiss that I had, but you could do a really nice cheddar. That would be really delicious. But I'm all about the melting pot here, so Swiss it is. And puff pastry. You can go crazy with this. Make your own puff pastry. I don't suggest it. It's so easy and nice and convenient just to use pre-made puff pastry. It's just so much extra work. This is supposed to be quick, easy, but still really delicious. I'm using sweet sausage here, but you could use spicy, or you could make this like a breakfast thing and do breakfast sausage. That'd be really good. And I've got some of my flaky sea salt here to do some finishing with. Delicious. First thing I'm gonna do is just flour my surface a little bit, because we're going to roll out the puff pastry. You don't want it to stick. We've got the puff. I would dust it some more. I want to roll this out just a little bit. Not too thin, but just a little bit bigger than when it started. I'm gonna dust off any excess flour for right now. And I'm gonna be working with my clean edge right here. What I'm gonna do now on the bottom here, I'm just gonna lay my sausage like this, and then I'm gonna roll. On the bottom here, I want to just brush the Dijon mustard. Nice, good layer. This brings a lot of flavor. It's so delicious and tastes really nice with cheese and the sausage. On top of the mustard, I'm going to just lay a thinner line of cheese, and the sausage will go on top of the cheese. Roll it into a tube. Not too thick. We want this to fully cook in the oven, so I like to make it a little thinner. You can probably go smaller sections at a time. It'd be a little easier to work with, but just carefully tube it up and just kind of plop it right on there. Some of the egg wash. I want this to stick together, so I'm going to just do a little line right on the other side here so that pastry has something to stick to. I'm just gonna take it and carefully roll it. Roll it up until it's fully encased in the pastry. And then once it hits that line of egg wash, just kind of push it down. Take my knife and cut. You can roll it out just a little bit, make it a little more symmetrical. Cut the ends off. And you know, you have a couple of options. You can cook it just like this, so it's just the roll, or you can make them into little bite size, which is what I do. So I have my sheet tray here prepared with some parchment paper. It's probably easiest to use a serrated knife with this. and you just want to kind of make them as even as you can. Don't squish it. Just let the knife do the cutting. So I'm just gonna put them on my baking dish here. Even space them. Egg wash so that it's shiny and delicious and golden. Gonna do a little baby slit on these. Looks nice when it puffs and it just lets some of the air get out. Finishing these off, I'm going to just put some of my flaky salt on here. Really gives a nice texture and it's so delicious. These are going to go into my preheated oven for 20 minutes and then we'll be done. And here we go. We have our little baby sausage bites. Look how much those shrunk. They're perfect bite-sized little pieces. And they're so flaky. I kept these in there for about 25 minutes. I just wanted to make sure that that sausage was cooked. And I just didn't want the puff to burn, so just really watch it. 20-25 minutes, you should be good. Look at these cute little sausage. Oh, that puff is so flaky. You can see all the different layers in there and where the sausage is and the cheese and that mustard. Perfect little snack. The time has come. I want to try one. Look at the layers in there. Wow, they're so flaky and so flavorful. Ooh. And that salt on top there does wonders. The sausage tastes good on its own, but you can really taste that mustard and the cheese and the puff pastry. It's like a tastier version of a pig in a blanket. So good. So easy, and look how cute they are. They're so festive. You gotta make them and share them. These will have you singing God Save the Queen in no time. Enjoy!